Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the card of today for the 29th of August 2016. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. Don't know if any of you were feeling the energy, but what a crazy, crazy weekend I've had. I did have the confusion, the fight and stuff. Me and my daughter had a big, massive fight on the Saturday, so I should have known about that. But the rest of it has been absolutely just, I don't know, I don't even know how to put it into words. On Saturday, I had a soul retrieval. Um, Absolutely amazing, amazing. I've never had anything like it. And basically, the girl Emma, she's from a company called liberateyoursoul.com. Absolutely amazing, amazing girl. I'd met her a few weeks ago and we were talking about this ongoing health issue that I have. And she said, right, okay, I need to look at that. So on Saturday we had a session. And basically what she does is she went back into the Akashic records. She's seen who I was on a soul level rather than like not just Tanya, which was very, very insightful. Made so much sense. And then basically she done a soul reset. So it was like, I got all reset. It was like, right, wiping all of the crap away and making sure everything was working in the order that it should again, which was an amazing experience. And then on the Saturday night, I was just wide open, and I know this really sounds bizarre, but it's basically, it was almost transcendental. The channelings I was getting, I was basically plugged right into source. So it was bizarre. It was amazing, and so much information. Um, and this is what I want to talk about a little bit this morning before we go on to the tarot cards, because it's Monday, it's the start of a new week, but what a week as well that we're expecting. I mean, I've been checking in with other readers and things like that as well, and it seems like we're all on the same vibe. We're all getting the same message here. I was talking to a very dear friend of mine who lives in New Zealand. She's an amazing light worker. And she said she has been getting that, it's time now, which is exactly what I said a couple of, I think it was last week. I think that I'd been woken up with that. So it's, everybody's sort of singing from the same song sheet, which is always good, because then this verifies what I'm getting as well, so it's not just me, it's everybody saying the same here. So, right, okay, start of a new week. Like I say, a bit of a crazy week we have as well. We have Mercury going retrograde tomorrow. Now, usually this sort of, sends shivers of horror through everybody, because Mercury retrogrades are never easy. We always come across a few bumps and a few obstacles. But this Mercury retrograde is actually a really, really nice one. It's like Mercury's softened a little bit, and Mercury's just, they're being gentle and they're being kind. I think the thing with this is we've got Mercury, and then we've got Venus on one side and we've got Jupiter on the other. Now, Venus is the planet of love. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune. And with Mercury in the middle, I think they're just like, I think that the softness and the niceness of Venus and Jupiter are actually really softening Mercury. So this is going to be a very, very good Mercury retrograde. I think it's until September the 22nd it goes. So it's about 3 weeks, that it's there to help us, which is very, very strange for Mercury. Now, this all ties in as well. And sorry if I'm rambling, I just really feel this is important. And I was told that I had to say this just to clarify everything that's going on, because on September the 1st, we also have a solar eclipse. Now, eclipses, the energy of the eclipses, I don't know if any of you are feeling it already, but, they're always really, really powerful. And what I've got and what I need to give out is all tied in with this. I think we have 3 eclipses in September. So, this month is big. It's very, very big. A lot of magic in the air, and just, I don't know. There's it's like we're coming closer. It's like the spirit world and us are sort of merging a little bit. That's how I feel. So what's going on? I've spoke briefly about the age of Aquarius and stuff like that. And what is happening at the moment is we as a collective, are feeling this desire for change. And we're feeling this desire to change drastically from the inside out. We're not happy with the foundations that we've got at the moment. And, there's this massive desire to change on a deep soul level. Now, one of the channelings that I got on Saturday was that desires are our heart's expression of the soul, and to have desires, to be able to access those desires, we need to implement change. But in order to change, we need to have this desire. So it's like the desire that actually fuels us, that keeps us pushing forward and will push us to force change. Because what we're feeling collectively at the moment is there's a big, big shout out from the universe telling us to get real. That's what it's doing. There's a huge, huge shift. And we're shifting into a lot more enlightened phase of our life as well, So this Mercury retrograde, this solar eclipse that we're having, the beginning of this week, they can be pretty life altering as well. We've got fate, we've got destiny, we've got all of this, pushing us and pushing us. It's like I say, there's this huge shift, and it's almost like it's a wave, that's coming over. And it's like this mass consciousness, a mass need for authenticity, and what we've got to remember as well is we are here to change the world. That is our purpose on life. This is why we are here. And what we need to do is we need to find the like-minded people, find the others, as Timothy Leary said, and we need to raise the vibration of the world. And this is why there's so many soul groups have been coming together recently and over the recent years, so we are being called, especially this week. This is the big wake-up call where we need to switch from our ego into our soul. The universe has shown us all the signs. Look out for the signs here, and it's almost like the universe is now screaming at us to take notice, because it's like we've had our fingers in our ears for too long. What we need to remember as well is that the ego makes us separate. The ego separates us. So the soul sort of connects us. So what we need to do here, the universe and our soul is doing a hell of a lot of work at the moment, and we need to sort of meet them halfway. That's what we need to do, so really, really listen to your intuition at this time, because you are truly connected, so don't doubt it. This is... Throughout this week, we are starting on a massive, massive quest for love and truth. It's justice and love that is coming in here. And eclipses are like wild cards. They sort of, when they're played, they throw everything in the mix. And what happens with eclipses is that we have both endings but beginnings. It's a bit like the death card, and a solar eclipse is all about a new beginning. So it's telling you not to focus on the ending. That is something that no longer serves you. And if something no longer serves you, then you need to put it out of the mix, because what is coming for you and what is there and what the universe is showing you is massively going to enhance you. There's a big call here. It's like renewal, it's regeneration, it's reset. Like I say, I had this soul reset on Saturday. It's reunion, it's coming together of what is needed in order to go on and help us heal the world. Remember, we're not just in it for us. This is in it for the whole and as a collective as well. I don't know as well, Spirit told me, I don't know if many of you have been seeing butterflies lately. I had, and I didn't realize the significance, but they brought that in as well. And it's like at the moment we are in this chrysalis. We've gone from being the caterpillar where we just sort of go along on the bottom level. We are now in this chrysalis, and it's time for us to break free and to find our wings and to find our color as well. So, it's like I say, one love, one collective, one consciousness. This is what is being brought in this week. So I'm so sorry that I had to ramble on there, but this was what I was given and I needed to get that out. Bizarrely enough, when I've picked the card for today, we'll get back on the card. The card that I picked is the Ace of Cups. You know, you can't get any more one love than this card. You know, one is the ace and love is what the Ace of Cups is all about. So this card as well always talks of new beginnings, and it talks about the start of love, of compassion, of happiness. You know, this is unconditional love. This doesn't come with conditions. This is us tapping into what is there for us, you know, and this is what will make us smile and this is what will make us glow. Because if we have a look at this card, I really love this deck. It's the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, and I love the imagery, but especially this card. We have an angel there. The angel is in white. This is the purity. This is the innocence of this love. And the angel is offering you this large golden cup. In that cup is everything that you've ever wanted. There's love, compassion, there's joy, there's happiness, there's balance, you know, there's everything within that cup, and you are being offered this by the angel, by the universe. You know, it is there staring you in the face. There's also a dove coming in here as well, you know, and the dove is the sign of love. The dove is the sign of peace as well. So this is you know, it sounds all hippie, you know, but this is what it is. It's love, peace, it's serenity, you know, and it's listening to your soul as well. Because with this love that comes in here, again, they're showing me butterflies, but this time the butterflies are in your tummy with it, you know, and it's sort of like, I mean, if we have a look, we can't see your feet there. It's like it will make you feel like you are floating, you know. It's a true connection with another person, and, you know, it can make you feel alive again. It can make you feel you. It can make you feel like a teenager, you know. And what this does, when you have a love like that, that allows you to then fall in love again with yourself, you know. So instead of looking at your flaws or somebody pointing out your flaws or whatever, you see yourself as the amazing, beautiful person that you are, because you see yourself reflected in the eyes of this other person. So what you see in them is actually in you. And if it wasn't in you, you couldn't see it. So this is why this connection is so important and why it is so beautiful, because this will, you know, this will make you rise. It will make you see that you are amazing and that you are love. You know, I mean, we are love, and love is why we are here. You know, that is what we are, you know. And when somebody sees that in you and they mirror back to you, you know, that is it's amazing to actually be in love, but to also be in love with yourself as well, you know. Because this card, it's like, it talks about the energy to this is really, really wonderful, you know, and the connection with this is wonderful as well. And there's a real pleasure coming from it. And it's talking about like overflowing love and joy, you know, where you're at the point of like, you know, I said it on Saturday night to my daughter. I was like, whoa, you know, what I'm feeling is like, this is so bizarre, you know. When we connect to spirit, we feel love. That is what we feel. We feel it, you know. It comes through our head, it goes down to our feet. And when we are connected, this is what we feel. We feel this pure, true, unconditional love from spirit, you know. And this is what we need to learn to give each other. And, you know, the feeling that this brings, it's like, it's harmony, it's bliss, it's satisfaction, you know. It's like a perfect union when this happens. And there's a lot of spiritual fulfillment comes when you are given or receiving unconditional love as well. You know, this is what spirit wants us to do. This is why we're here, you know. So this is being able to love freely, you know, because it's like it's like love is in the air, and it's like the universe is smiling on you and saying, here, take this cup. This is what you want. This is what you deserve. And I'm here to give it to you, you know. So really, like I say, listen, look out for the signs. Really listen to your intuition at the moment as well, because I feel that your intuition could be heightened in some way, you know. So really follow your emotional hunches that you're getting this week. So this is like a little gift from the universe, and it's telling you to follow your heart as well. It is leading you where you are meant to be. You know, what you do with that is it's up to you, you know, but your heart is telling you, let your heart lead you, you know, because the universe is storing a lot of blessings on us here. You know, it's like I say, it's a beautiful, beautiful card, that. So it's like, it's just love, love, love. That is what's coming in here for that card. Now, I did pick an Osho card. I please, I know I'm going on today, but do you like it when I pull the Osho cards with the tarot cards as well? I feel very drawn to do it, but if it doesn't work for you, or if it makes these videos too long, then could you please let me go, let me know, you know, because, you know, I enjoy reading them, but it's if you enjoy listening to them. So it's all about you at the moment, okay? So anyway, I pulled an Osho card as well for today. And again, such a beautiful, beautiful card. We have a card called Flowering. And I love this. This is the Queen of Rainbows, you know, and I just love this girl. Like, you know, I would love to hang out with her, I think, because if she is a woman in your life, you will know who she is. You know, you will know straight away. She's vibrant, and it's like her world is full of color as well. She's sort of, she's got it going on. She's a bit like the Empress in a way. She's got, like, you know, she's sexual, she's alive, she's full of possibilities, you know. It's like if we have a look there, it's like she's snapping her fingers, you know, to the music of love, and that is what fuels her as well, you know. So she's full of abundance, this person. And if we have a look within, I don't know if you can see that, within the sleeves of her clothes, there's seeds, you know, and the seeds indicate fertility as well, something new. But it's like wherever she's going, she's scattering these seeds, you know, and these seeds are like hope and happiness. And, you know, she doesn't care where she spreads them. She just celebrates life and, you know, gives love to whoever she comes into contact with as well. If we look at her aura here as well, you know, her aura is pure white. And, you know, that's it. Our light is really, really bright here, you know, and she understands spirituality well as well, but she also understands others and herself. There's a really nice energy around her as well, and she surrounds herself with this. And, you know, she's got this like excitement and this quest and passion for life, you know. Although this sounds like she's very whoa, 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 you know, like all guns blazing, there's a real calming influence that comes in with her as well, you know. So if she's in your life, it's like there's a place where you can feel calm. There's a safeness. Now, there's a lot going on in this card. I mean, if we have a look, we've got the sea there, you know. This is all about how she just flows. We've got the lotus flower here. Now, the lotus flower, the most beautiful, strongest lotus flowers come from the darkest, deepest mud. So this is somebody who has been through the mill, you know. They've had the shit thrown at them. But what they have done is they have allowed that to make them grow, you know, and this is how she's that happy within herself. There's a lot of green within this card as well, you know. So this is indicating working from the heart chakra as well. And, you know, we've actually got on her, I don't know if you can see that, there's the symbol for Venus on her neck as well. So it's like I say, this card, along with the Ace of Cups, it's all about love, you know. And what they're saying, if this isn't a person in your life, I mean, if we have a look, sorry, I've just been alerted to that, you know, the bangles on her wrists as well, you know, they're all indicating they're the chakras, you know, they're the chakra colors as well. So it's like, you know, she's balanced. And it's saying, you know, if she's not in your life, then try and be a little bit more like her, because if she is in your life, you will see how amazing life can be. If you try to be more like her, you will see how amazing life can be, you know. So both beautiful cards there about just surrendering, you know, seeing life for what it is, taking all of this love that is around for you and actually feeling how good it feels when you get that, but also when you can give that back as well in a safe place, you know, when you are safe to love. That is a wonderful, wonderful way to be. Now, Osho, when he talks about this card, he says that Zen wants you living. Zen wants you living in abundance, living in totality, living intensely, not at the minimum as what Christianity teaches you, but at the maximum, overflowing. Your life should reach others. Your blissfulness, your benediction, your ecstasy should not be contained within you like a seed. This is about, this is, like I say, we're a collective consciousness. We're here to change the world. So we need to go out and we need to spread this, So he's saying that it should open like a flower and spread its fragrance to all and sundry, not only to the friends, but to strangers too. This is when real compassion comes in, and this is real love. When you are sharing your enlightenment and you're sharing your dance of the beyond, So I really, really love those cards. I mean, I've been like, I've been up a height since Saturday, and I don't think that I'm coming down very, very soon. It's like I keep thinking, God, has somebody put something in my tea or something? Because I'm literally, it's like I've been walking on air. But I hope you like those cards. Like I say, this week, get ready. If you are living your truth, this week is going to push you to higher limits, and you're going to have a lot of good experiences. If you are wearing a mask, be careful, because it's going to break a lot of things open as well. But they will all be for you in the end, So, like I say, Mercury's being nice, but Mercury can be a little bit harsh as well, especially when he goes backwards. But we've got Venus and we've got Jupiter there, so they're sort of watching him, bit like the bouncers. I think they're on either side of Mercury, making sure that he doesn't get too much out of hand. So, right, okay, sorry, I don't even think I stopped for breath there. If anybody would like a reading with me, please get in touch. I do have availability. If you contact through Facebook, the link is below, or through my website, the link is below. Please let me know what you think of these cards, and please let me know if you're feeling the energies at the moment. It's like I say, they are very high. And let me know if you're feeling the love as well, because I really feel that this is what it's about. I love hearing from you. So please let me know what's going on. I'll be back tomorrow with the cards of today. Satnam.